As the flattest country on Earth, the Republic of Maldives is extremely vulnerable to the rising sea level and faces the possibility that the majority of its land area will be underwater by the end of this century. Today, the white sand beaches and coral reefs of the Maldives, 1,190 islands, draw more than 600,000 tourists annually. However, the Maldives is not just a tourist country. About 1/4 of the 417,000 residents live in the capital city of Malé. With roughly 104,000 people residing in the 2.2 square miles, Malé is one of the most densely populated islands in the world. With the average elevation of the Maldives being 4 feet and the highest elevation being 8 feet, these people are in serious trouble if the sea level continues to rise. While in the Maldives, a local resident of the island Hura describes some effects that are already being seen throughout the country.
Near the sea, all the houses, like all the wells, water is salty and bad smelling. Big tides are coming over the island and it's getting a tsunami. I was that time 4 years. The wave came from first this side and then that side. So it was really big and washed over the whole island. But the good thing is no one from the island died.
All of this water has to come from somewhere though. Greenland's ice is very important to the planet. The sheet of ice that covers 660,000 square miles is more than a mile thick and has a volume of 684,000 cubic miles. If this entire chunk of ice melts, the global sea level will rise 25 feet. Already, about 270 billion tons of ice have melted in Greenland each year since 2002. This is a serious problem, and we are struggling to stop it. Amy Christensen of the Sun Valley Institute gives us an idea of how serious the melting of Greenland actually is.
In talking to people in Greenland and witnessing it, what we saw was definitely the retreat of the glaciers, the melting of the glaciers. We were out in a boat and just the rate of the calving of the glaciers, releasing the ice to the ocean was incredible. These massive chunks of ice coming off of the glacier, hiking on the glacier and seeing it melting directly. From 2011 to 2014, Greenland lost 1 trillion tons of ice to the ocean. 1 trillion tons. You can't imagine the scope and the scale of what's happening in Greenland. These changes are forcing everyone to reconsider what their cultures look like, what their communities look like. So as that melting is happening, as you're seeing the 1 trillion tons melting into the ocean, what is that cold fresh water doing? Well, it's actually starting to change the movement of our weather patterns. So right now you have the ocean patterns and they govern the weather in Europe, for instance. And so as more and more cold fresh water drops into the warmer salt water, it changes that current, which keeps Europe much warmer than it would be otherwise. And so we really have no idea what this grand experiment is going to do. We have a sense. NASA and others and the world scientists are projecting what those changes will be, but we really don't know exactly what it will look like.
Coastal countries around the world are fighting to hold the water back and prevent cities from flooding. Every vertical inch of sea level rise moves the ocean 4 to 8 feet inland. Sea levels could rise another 4.3 feet in the next 80 years. This would mean that up to 216 million people would be below sea level or regular flood levels by 2100. Farmers and ranchers in countries such as Sri Lanka and Bangladesh will have to move inland to avoid the salt water and find new methods of farming. Ways of life that have existed for thousands of years will be forever changed. It is up to every person on Earth to work together towards a greener future and to help slow down this impending drastic change.